Opie and Ron are talking about this this comedy festival over in Saudi Arabia. Everyone's talking about it. I think it's underway now, right? It has begun.
Yeah, it's been happening.
So Ron, the waiter, is very much on top of who's getting paid what and what's going on with that.
So let me start with Tim Dillon. He was actually going to do it. He was one of the guys that said yes.
Okay.
So the pay rate, they offered Tim Dillon $375,000. That's a lot of money.
Plus travel and expenses.
Sorry.
Always frugal Opie. Well, hold on a second. So, I mean, are they putting him up in a hotel? How many stars are we talking? Opie, it's whatever, $375,000 or that plus a little bit more. What are we talking about?
It's been this long since he's had to negotiate a big deal that was his response to almost $500,000. Are there snacks included? Are they paying for the tolls?
Right.
Right. By the way, some of the comedians, I just want to put it in perspective, some of the comedians were offered up to $1.6 million.
Okay. So does that mean that Tim Dillon should be offended by this offer or he should be happy about it? Now, if people don't know, Tim Dillon, who did accept to do this, a lot of comedians like Bill Burr are getting flack for it because they claim to have certain virtues and then they're just like, oh, the Saudi government, yeah, that's fine. If they're going to pay me, that's fine. But Tim Dillon said yes, and he went on Joe Rogan. He goes, yeah, the reason why is because they're giving me $375,000. I was like, yeah, I'll do that. And then he got a note from his agent, and his agent's like, they don't like you talking about this stuff. And so Tim Dillon just kept talking about it more and more, and he got fired. So he's no longer on this comedy festival, and he's kind of enjoying it, Tim is. He's enjoying the fact that he got fired from this thing that all these other very famous comics are getting dragged for. Like Kevin Hart needs more money. Kevin Hart's on this thing. It's so silly. So Jim Jefferies is a part of it too. You familiar with Jim Jefferies, Adam?
I sure am.
Me too. I've seen him. I saw him in Buffalo a few years back.
Me too. I'm a big fan of his.
Very funny comic.
Jim Jefferies, I think he's English.
He's a friend of mine, Jim.
Really?
Yes.
Joe Coy.
He still supports me to this day, Jim
Jim
Jefferies.
Jefferies.
Yes.
Dude, he's a really fucking smart guy, right?
He's awesome.
Yeah.
He's absolutely fucking awesome. I go see him every time he's in New York. We hang in the green room, laugh our asses off, talk about the old days. He told me I got fucked by the Opie and Anthony audience.
He's a smart guy, right? He's awesome. He's awesome. He hangs out with me. He tells me I'm great. He tells me bad things happen to me and they shouldn't have. Yeah. What about him is awesome, aside from the stuff where he like blows smoke up your ass?
That's it. That's all. That's it.
Because the question was very direct. He's really smart, right? He's awesome. It's almost like saying, like, I mean, I wouldn't say smart, but he's a nice guy, you know?
You invited him on the show?
You know what, Ron? I feel like I haven't.
You're not big enough?
When I post my Instagram.
Oh, Ron's starting to get some jabs at him. You're good friends with him. Why don't you invite him on the show? I mean, it's Jim Jefferies. It's a big name. Is it because the show's not big enough? Are you embarrassed about this show that you're doing, Opie? That's literally what Ron just said to the Opster. Let's see how he responds.
I feel like I haven't.
You're not big enough?
When I post my Instagram stuff, he likes a lot of my stuff on the Instagram.
That's not the question.
Oh, no. We're good friends. Oh, cool. You guys get together and stuff? He likes things I post on Instagram. Oh, okay. All right.
Enough said.
Yeah, I get it now.
Mark
Can I
Hamill.
go to Nobu for dinner? Okay, I get it.
Mark Hamill retweeted me once, so.
Yeah, that's Sunday down with Mark Hamill. And then immediately, come on my show.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, dude, if you're in town, swing by.
I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like I dropped so incredibly low in my career that I don't like asking for favors anymore. At first, when I started the podcast, I was like, all right.
Wow. Okay, couple things going on here. First off, good on you, Opie, for admitting this. This is good. This is a good step in the right direction. But asking Jim Jefferies to do your show, Opie thinks would be asking for a favor.
Or that's how he's portraying it.
That's interesting right there. Asking someone to do your show is like, hey, we'll have fun. We'll do a show together. Yeah. Like old times. Like Jim Jefferies was on Opie and Anthony all the time. Now it's like Jim doing Opie a favor. Yikes.
I don't like asking for favors anymore. At first, when I started the podcast, I was like, all right, you got to ask for favors. Why is that a favor?
Hey, come on.
I just feel like it's like, I don't know. I don't know what it is, Ron, because I just feel like I'd be bothering some of these people at this point.
No,
there was a time I didn't think that, but now I kind of do.
No, I think you feel you'd be a little embarrassed, like, oh, look where Opie ended up.
Ron. For the win.
Yes.
Spot on, Ron.
I think you'd be embarrassed because your show production is so shitty and your audience is fake. At least you have the fake numbers, though, now, Opie, so you got that. It looks like people are watching. E-Rock is in the chat. Opie's afraid to ask anyone because no one volunteered all of this time to come on, so he won't put himself out there to ask.
Yeah. Rejection is a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can ask a great guitar player to sit in with your small band, and if they like your music, they won't care. They'll just sit in. If you were actually concerned about comedy and said, hey, I have this bit, Jim would just want to go do the bit. He's really not going to care. Yes, Ruthless Ron from Compound
Anthony's
Media.
in the chat as well. Ruthless Ron. No, this is great. This is really fun stuff.
Yeah. You know,
So embarrassed, like, oh, look where Opie ended up.
yeah. You know, so I know that maybe doesn't sound right, but I'm trying to be honest with everybody.
It sounds pretty right.
Jefferies English?
Huh?
He's English, Jim Jefferies?
Australian.
I think that was really weird because he started out by saying he's English, right? And Opie didn't correct him.
Yeah.
And then he asked it again, is he English? And Opie goes, huh? I think he was buying himself time.
Yes.
I think he needed a beat to remember if he was Australian or not. His
They're
buddy.
close.
Yeah, his good friend who he hangs out with all the time. And they talk about old times in the green room.
Yeah, if
Laugh
Opie
their asses
shows
off.
up to the place that Jim is scheduled to appear at, he will talk to him. So they're friends.
He'll invite him into the green room. What's this next clip you have on here for us?
Opie is looking back at his time at Sirius and when he had everything at his disposal, and of all the trappings and amenities, this is what he is missing the most right now.
But in the state-of-the-art studio, this is how amazing the studio was. If we felt like standing during our radio show, we could push a button and the whole console would rise up. And then if we wanted to sit down, we push the button and it all goes down. So I could push buttons and the mics are in the proper place.
Oh, that's success.
Yeah, no shit.
You don't have that now, buddy.
So, yeah, all right, Ron.
Love it.
But what he's describing right here, I love that he goes, you push a button and it comes up. What, do you need a hand crank to bring it back down? No!
Yeah.
The same button brings it back down again. Well, right. Yeah, that's how that would work, obviously. That's a crazy metric to use for success.
A standing desk.
A standing desk.
It's like,
Ron is being ruthless here. I feel like Opie's going to make him pay for it somehow.
Yeah, Opie's on the defensive, though. You can tell that Opie's just being like, yeah, I
For
know.
now.
It's yeah, well, right, yeah. Opie's like, yeah, it's a little embarrassing. You're
but
right.
Bob-
You're right about that. All right, so that was a lot of fun. So now let's talk about Tom Segura. You know, what I like about Opie is he must be magnanimous. You know, he's just like, look at Tom's doing his thing. We used to do Opie and Anthony. You know, it's all good. We're all doing our things. He's definitely not going to like trash someone for no reason. No.
Oh, right. Yeah,
We'll do that this afternoon. Hold on, I got a few more.
No problem. Go ahead.
Tom Segura. What happened? What happened, Opie?
He's all right. He's all right.
Did you have a fallout with him?
No, I had no fallout, but my honesty gets me in trouble. He did the show a couple times. It was very forgettable. But he's a good guy, and he's got massive success, so good for him. I guess him and his wife do very well, and then he does the thing with the Bert Kreischer.
Right.
All right.
That show with the Bert Kreischer, you know, Bert's carrying that shit. So he should be buying Bert Lamborghinis every year.
Has Opie ever watched Two Bears, One Cave?
Nope.
Why is he offering this opinion? Bert Kreischer is carrying the show.
The Bert Kreischer.
What's he talking about? Just always be bashing. It's right out of Cedric John's playbook. Tom Segura, and he wasn't very funny on my show. And I guess he's like doing a thing in your mom's house. I guess it's successful, whatever. But then he does another show with Bert. And Bert has to do all the heavy lifting in order to make it good. Just talking out of his ass.
I specifically remember it being forgettable.
There's one thing I remember about that guy.
I'll never forget that. He's so lucky that nobody is talking about Opie anywhere ever outside of Anthony or people talking about Anthony and us. Because if anyone said anything like this about him, like someone from The Tonight Show was like, oh, yeah, I remember Opie and Anthony. Opie was forgettable. It'd be a 2-hour rant about why that person needs to be buried. Like, he would never tolerate this behavior in return.
Oh, and we see that, too, with just the tiniest slight, his perceived slights, he brings up for years and years. But he has no problem just being like, oh, yeah, he sucks on that show, Two Bears, One Cave. How many episodes did you watch? 0.
Could you imagine being on a music podcast and they're asking you what you think of certain musicians and you're explaining your opinions on them based on how they were to you personally? As if you couldn't like someone's music that was rude to you one day. Now they're a bad songwriter.
All right, so this is Aziz Ansari. So Ron's just reading a list of comics and just getting Opie's take on it, which, Opie's got his finger on the pulse, so that makes sense.
I don't know that guy.
Aziz Ansari.
Aziz is
You know him.
too cool for the room. He was on the show and he looked down.
Really?
Yeah, he looked down upon us when he was on, I felt.
Well, he had a lot of success, in recreations, parks and recreations?
Yeah, talented guy. He's an alternative comic, and he came in, and I felt like he was kind of looking down at us.
Really?
Like this.
Did he call it Parks and Recreations?
He sure did.
Yeah, well.
Okay. Is that what the show was? I'm not familiar.
He had a lot of success, in recreations, parks and recreations?
Yeah, talented guy. He's an alternative comic, and he came in, and I felt like he was kind of looking down at us.
Really?
Like this. This was beneath us. Beneath
Really?
him, excuse me. And I'm like, we're a fucking giant show.
And I know he had some issues with the ladies.
I don't know.
What was he's an alternative
That's
comic?
what I was going to ask. What does he think that means?
I've seen Aziz Ansari perform comedy one time, and it was in an amphitheater in Toronto, and there were 30,000 people there. Mm-hmm. It was the Funny or Die Comedy Festival. Jim Norton was on it. He was way funnier than Aziz Ansari. Just going to point that out. Very funny show, though. And alternative comic? Isn't he like as mainstream as you get?
I had seen him in a basement of a fish factory one day when he was doing his painting with puppets work. It was incredible.
What the fuck is he talking about?
I think he thinks it means like not white or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, he's one of those alternative, like if you want like a brown person telling jokes.
I don't know what
you go to Aziz Ansari.
He's an other.
That's hilarious. All right, let's get thoughts on Wayne Brady. I'm sure Opie's going to have a hot take on this.
All right, continue.
Wayne Brady. What happened? Uh-oh, what happened now? What happened?
There's a reason why he's doing the Price is Right. There's a reason he's doing that.
Wayne Brady's doing the Price.
That is a hot take.
I wasn't expecting that.
Him and the other. No, he does Let's Make a Deal, right?
Okay.
And then the other guy is doing the Price is Right. There's a reason.
And then he's like, whose line is it anyways? It did that improv thing.
Yeah, he's pretty good at that. But these comedians that, end up doing a stupid game show, there's a reason.
Yeah. All right. Hannibal Buress.
You think what's the other guy on the Price is Right? I forgot his name.
Very unsuccessful comic who never did anything in the business.
Right.
There's a reason why he's stuck doing that show.
Oh, you're fucking.
That guy's in hell. But the reason is that his stand-up was just okay, and he realized he had to make a change.
He had a huge television show.
Drew Carey.
Right.
Drew Carey.
There's a reason
Massive
why.
success.
Yeah, but this is the reason why he's hosted a fucking game show. Let's be honest.
All right.
No one wants to host a game show. You know how boring that shit is?
Fuck you, Opie. I don't say this very often. That's all I want to do is host a game show. Yeah. That's the greatest gig in the world. Someone in the chat said Drew Carey's making $15 million a year. I believe it. That's the greatest gig in the world, hosting a game show. Talk about zero effort, an amazing schedule, and you get to just be on television doing something that you just show up and do. There's no way to prep for that.
Adored by everybody.
Yeah, there's actually no way to prep for it.
Yeah.
You just show up and just read questions. And then like a buzzer goes off or it doesn't. And that's it.
Finger on the pulse, Opie has a different take.
He goes, he's living in hell hosting The Price is Right. Yeah, because Bob Barker wanted out of there. Remember when Bob Barker was bitching up a storm? How many more decades are I going to do this gig? Everyone wants that gig. It's the greatest fucking
Fuck
gig.
these broads. Oh, wait, I did. Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
Shit.
holy shit. What an
He
idiot.
thinks doing morning radio is appealing to people like that. He thinks they look at morning radio and long for it. They're all gigs. Drew Carey came to The Price is Right, the richest person you could imagine. He was already in syndication, making more money for the rest of his life than he can ever spend. And they're like, hey, do you want to double that for doing nothing in the show that's already in syndication that you don't need? And he said, I'll be in hell, but I'll do it. No, he just said yes because it's a great gig, man.
It's an amazing gig. And that's a good point. I didn't even think about that. Opie's getting up at 4 a.m. Monday through Friday doing this morning show that it's rough on everyone. Anyone who does mornings for that long will tell you how difficult that is. It takes a toll on you.
He does it for the love of the game.
And Opie's going, that's the sweet gig everyone wants. What an idiot. Anyway, if anyone from the Game Show Network is watching, I'd be happy to audition for any of the fun new games you guys have planned out there. All right, we have one more clip here, and this is great. This is fantastic because Ron really starts going hard in the paint at the Opster. And I hope he remains to be a co-host on this show, the Opie and Ron show. That'll be determined. We'll find out what's going to happen with that.
Stavros, the Greek guy, the big fat Greek guy is huge.
Ron, I love that. I love that you come up with lists and things for the show, but
does Opie not know who Stavi is?
It's sounding that way.
It sounds that way.
Because he didn't go,
It's crazy. All right.
Go on too long. The Rock trivia segment last week at Gephardt's went on for an hour and a half. Like, are you going to name every?
Excuse me.
Are you going to name every comedian?
Opie, you went 2 days on your fucking parrots and poo-poo story.
Well, I guess. All right, fair is fair. All right.
Neither of you have anything to talk about. At least Ron is bringing something to discuss with you. Opie's life is meaningless. He's got nothing going on, as we're going to find out as we play this clip longer. And he's complaining to Ron for actually bringing something for them to discuss for an hour.
He's also got no fight left in him at all. Opie was like, fuck you. Ron was like, fuck me, fuck you. And Opie's like, you got a point. You're right.
You're right. Give me this one. Yeah. Good point.
What are you getting at with this?
What do you mean, what am I getting at? I'm getting at who accepted and who didn't accept. Oh, David Cross didn't accept. I respect him.
This is a topical thing that Ron has brought to the show. Well, everyone's talking about this right now. This is kind of a big thing, especially in comedy.
Dude, my kids are going to be late for school. How many more comedians are going to
mention? Understand, your kids are like juniors and seniors in high school. Why do you have to get them up? They're adults.
They're up on their own.
I know, so what do you have to do?
I told the story. I used to love waking my kids up every morning, and then my wife got them alarm clocks. So instead of me gently waking them up, now they wake up like this.
I know.
Yeah, you did tell that story. It's a pretty good gag. My wife got them alarm clocks. Let's repeat that lie.
But I'm saying, like, you say, I got to get the kids ready for school. What do you got to do?
I'm going to walk them to school because I like doing that. They can eat.
This is amazing. Yeah. Anthony says, Ron is all of us. Thank goodness Ron is on this show right now speaking truth to power. Because Opie always does this thing when he gets tired of Ron. He's like, I got to go.
Yeah.
Where do you have to go? The kids have to go to school. They're 16 and 18. What are you doing?
He did something back there that's like, it's like what people who are guilty do in interrogations when the cops ask you a second question or they ask you something again. You're like, I told you the answer to that. It was that story I told you about the alarm clocks. That settles that. They're like, no, we're trying to get past that into like what's really happening, not just your story. And he has to keep pointing back like, this has been settled. What are you talking about? And then it gets farther and farther away. I got to walk them to school. Okay, well, that's another hour later. Where do you have to go? They're not here with you, Opie. They haven't been for a long time, and I think he reveals this right here.
Oh.
A little.
Okay.
I'm reading into it, but
Big reveal coming up.
Welcome to school, because I like doing that. They can easily walk to school themselves.
I know, but that's not getting them ready to go to school. You're taking them. You don't have to do anything.
They're set. I make sure they got their stuff.
Are you making them breakfast?
I do the morning shift because I go to bed kind of early. My wife.
Very specific question. Are you making them breakfast? I do the morning shift because I go to bed early. You're not answering the question. We're asking, what is the morning shift? You have high schoolers in your house. I didn't need my parents around when I was going to high school. I could figure that out.
The morning shift.
And does the late shift with the homework and everything else. That's just how we do it in our house.
Do they make their own breakfast or you make it for them?
Both.
And if you make them breakfast, what is it, eggs?
No, a lot of smoothies, pancakes, got some bagels. It's just, dude, I like being a father. I know. That
was a weird list. I got to just point out. I don't want to be too nitpicky here. Maybe he is making smoothies and pancakes and bagels.
Yeah.
But that's an odd list of things. I believe the bagels.
Just as a little exercise, I asked a couple parents in conversation that I was talking to over the last 24 hours, hey, do you make your kids breakfast? Every one of them immediately answered yes or no. No one said, both.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes they make it, sometimes we make it.
It's yes or no. Yeah. You know what your morning routine is.
I know in this day and age, it's, ew,
oh my God, are you trying to tell me?
I love what E-Rock says. The morning shift makes sense. He used to always say, I have to babysit my kids. You don't babysit your own kids. That's what parenting is. It's your job as a parent. All right, so what are your thoughts on this, Adam? You don't think these kids are real? You don't think that any of this exists?
The only explanation we had for his behavior is that he's up all night and drunk. So now he's telling us that he gets to bed early because his wife does the night shift with the kids, and he has to do the early morning one. The wife who still works? We don't know, maybe?
I don't think the wife has ever worked.
Okay. Oh, okay. So
yeah, I think that's part of the deal.
So this is their schedule. As long as they don't have to see each other ever, it'll work out.
How convenient.
Yeah.
What's your wife up to? Oh, we have different schedules.
By design.
Yeah. She's in the West Wing. I'm in the East Wing. I don't know. This is like a Howard Stern thing.
My 16-year-old, 17-year-old kids who live in New York City insist that I walk them to school.
There's no way that's true.
Nope.
Imagine Greg Hughes is your father, and you're like, you're pretty cool, Dad. Walk me to school. I want the kids to see me.
He said this the other day. I got to play volleyball with them. We got to go bike riding. And they're arguing about who gets to do it first with Dad. Like, none of this is true.
Right. The thing where Opie goes, I got a lot going on today. I'm going to play volleyball with my daughter.
Yeah.
Is volleyball a two-person sport?
It gets very boring.
Yeah, I mean, just say tennis, man. Just say tennis. We don't believe you. Well, I wouldn't, but Adam's
he had no ability when pressed to really go through this schedule. That is the thing that's ripping him from Ron every morning.
Yeah.
Ripping him from Ron. Ron, by the way, has nothing going on. So he's just like, I get up early for this, man. And then I just stare at the wall for 8 hours. So
will you make me breakfast?
Yeah, can we hang out for a minute?
Who are these podcasts?